Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Let's see, what is the camera focus on here at the start, top of the ramp? What is going on behind the curtain? Or behind the lighting? Sorry, that's Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair just brawling at the top of the stage, and Rhea just launched Charlotte onto that concrete floor, and now a huge boot right to the face. Well, what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley clearly getting revenge for last week, and now a German suplex. Rhea now calling Charlotte to defeat. She's thinking Riptide maybe. Obviously last week Charlotte attacked Rhea with a kendo stick, and Rhea now, she's thinking Riptide on a concrete Riptide. Well, what a way to kick off Raw. Let's get on with the rest of the show. Well, after that attack from Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, Sheamus took on The Miz and won an action and picked up a victory there. And Apollo Crews faced Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley continued his unbeaten run here on Raw. Let's get into our next match with Roderick Strong taking on Elijah Dragunov. This is going to be a great match. Let's get into this one. We had a rather abrupt start to Monday Night Raw with that brawl, stemming from backstage, I imagine, between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. And here comes Roderick Strong, a man who hasn't really found success on the red brand yet. But he'll be looking to fight and form like his Undisputed Era partner, Kyle O'Reilly, has over on SmackDown. But let's get Elijah Dragunov out here and get this match underway. And here comes Elijah Dragunov, a man who last week made his debut up against Samoa Joe in his warm-up match for Wxtreme Rules, where he could be taking on Ricochet and AJ Styles. Obviously AJ Styles, WWE Champion, Ricochet beating Samoa Joe and picking up a victory last week, as well as Samoa Joe over this man. But Dragunov almost had the match won. It was a great match between the two. And let's get this match underway and see what Dragunov can do up against Roderick Strong, and see if he's going to get a victory on the red brand. And we have Roderick Strong and Elijah Dragunov. Match is underway. Dragunov is fired up here. Gotta say, smart from him, blocked there by Roderick Strong as he went for the grapple. Now Roderick Strong looking for underhook suplex into a pinfall. Too early for that, I'm afraid. Roderick Strong, as I mentioned, his former tag team partner Kyle O'Reilly will be taking on Rey Mysterio at Wxtreme Rules for the United States Championship on SmackDown, which is just a week away. This Sunday. This is the Raw before Wxtreme Rules, as Elijah Dragunov now with a scoop slam into a pinfall. He gets a 1 count. It's a good time for Elijah Dragunov to make his debut, you gotta imagine, for him to build momentum. 2 weeks before a pay-per-view made his debut, and a week before he could pick up his first victory, to really announce himself and show what he can do. Maybe the Raw General Manager will give him a shot at a title, or just put him in a high-profile match in the coming weeks. And now Roderick Strong looking for a backbreaker maybe. But Elijah Dragunov out of the way, and Elijah Dragunov just was a leg takedown there. That was smart by Dragunov. Dragunov now. Roderick Strong answers back with a Dragon Screw takedown. Now with ground and pound. Roderick Strong clearly not afraid to get aggressive in this one, but we know Elijah Dragunov can take the damage and dish out some himself. Just ask Samoa Joe. Now Roderick Strong looking to drop Dragunov on his face, and now for a knee drop right to the nose. And so if Roderick Strong can pick up a victory here, that will put him in a great position. If Elijah Dragunov can push, the man who will be taking on AJ Styles at Wxtreme Rules, and possibly Ricochet. We don't know if he'll be in that match yet. And a reverse DDT there. Now a Dragunov with a senton. As I was saying, if Roderick Strong can beat Elijah Dragunov, then that will put him in a picture for a title opportunity himself, and that was a huge European uppercut there, and another jumping neck breaker, followed up by a well placed elbow right to the face. I say Elijah Dragunov's going to be a huge pick for Raw. So Roderick Strong looking to drop him on his shoulders right into the swell to the back. Now more of a ground and pound by Roderick Strong. So this is a great matchup we're seeing here. Obviously 2 matchups already going on early on Monday Night Raw. Roderick Strong now comes with a huge forearm. And look how hyped Roderick Strong is. Roderick Strong knows how big of an opportunity this is, now alternate some forearms. Back into the corner now looking for another one. Roderick Dragunov could be out here. As now Roderick Strong hoists him up. Gutbuster. Now Roderick Strong could be thinking about ending this one. Roderick Strong with a just knees to the back, that look painful. Into the pin. It's going to be enough for Elijah Dragunov. Roderick Strong going to put away Elijah Dragunov here. He does not. A 2 3/4 count. Crowd clearly enjoying this match. Roderick Strong get a very aggressive bit with him out of forearms he threw. Maybe it rocked Elijah Dragunov. Maybe that's the difference in this one. Now what is Roderick Strong thinking? Backbreaker on the top rope. That could also be it. But again, Elijah Dragunov out. Roderick Strong, well placed strikes to the lower back throughout this match, and again going after the back hit and back there. Now Roderick Strong with a chop in the corner, now looking maybe to go for that forearm again, but Dragunov comes out with a knee. Now Dragunov drops the scent on. Rather an awful lot of offense Elijah Dragunov has, but he gets the job done, you gotta say. Now Dragunov just driving Roderick Strong into the mat, and now Dragunov dropping a knee right across the face. Now Elijah Dragunov, what is Elijah Dragunov thinking? Is he thinking torpedo Moscow, or is he thinking a huge lariat that he can throw, a huge clothesline? I'm just running again, looking for that knee strike, but a huge boot found instead by Roderick Strong, but pushed away there. Pushed away, and both men going for the same thing there. Now jawbreaker by Strong. Now a knee of his own. Now Roderick Strong, what's he thinking? Well, he's thinking I should have had the answer, and that's a beautiful combination strikes there. Now off the ropes. Both men again looking for something similar. I say both men have had the answer to each other throughout this match. Now Elijah Dragunov behind, hoists him up and drops him on his back. Now Elijah Dragunov, what's he thinking? A deadlift. German suplex. Dragunov now calling Roderick Strong to his feet. What's he thinking? Thinking for the huge clothesline. Now Dragunov into the corner. If he hits this, it's over. If he hits this, it could be over. Thinking torpedo Moscow connects into the pin. Will Roderick Strong be able to kick out 1, 2, 3? And Elijah Dragunov puts his first victory here on Raw over Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong did look good in the ring. Maybe another match he'll be able to pick up a victory. But in the end, Elijah Dragunov just too much for Roderick Strong. And see some big moves hit by Strong in the earlier parts of this match. But towards the end of it, Elijah Dragunov found his footing, able to take control. And here hit the clothesline, dropping Roderick Strong into the torpedo Moscow. And that was a 1, 2, 3. Let's continue with Monday Night Raw. Well, after that match, Zayto Scott had a warm-up before he defends his IC title at Wxtreme Rules, and he beat Elias in this warm-up match. And one thing I want to say before we get into our main event, which is Tomasso Ciampa taking on AJ Styles as AJ warms up to defend his WWE title at Wxtreme Rules. Dominic Mysterio tweeted out, despite his father's best wishes, telling Dominic not to challenge Dexter Lumis so much, but he has done so, and Dexter Lumis, as accepted Wxtreme Rules, Dominic Mysterio will take on Dexter Lumis in what I believe is going to be a no DQ match. So Dominic, I don't know what he's got himself into, but Ray possibly isn't too happy. But let's get into our main event, which is Tomasso Ciampa versus AJ Styles. And we found out earlier tonight that Ricochet, I don't think we'll be able to make it to Wxtreme Rules. If it does, Ricochet will not be 100%. Ricochet was found laid out backstage with a steel chair next to him, as you saw earlier. We'll have more on that as we get into this match. And see if AJ Styles can beat Tomasso Ciampa on his way to Wxtreme Rules. And here comes the phenomenal AJ Styles, the WWE Champion AJ Styles, who obviously is taking on Tomasso Ciampa right now as his warm-up for Wxtreme Rules. But as AJ makes his way down here, let's talk about the Ricochet situation. We're not too sure on Ricochet's well-being right now, whether we're able to make it to Wxtreme Rules pay-per-view. He's found backstage by Mustafa Ali, and Ricochet suffered a broken nose, and we're not sure about any of the injuries he's received after the chair attack he clearly suffered. We're not too sure who the perpetrator is. There's no security footage of the situation, so whether it was smart about their attack. Many people believe it might be Samoa Joe. He's already been questioned, but Joe apparently has an alibi. We're not too sure whether it's true or not, but let's get Tomasso Ciampa out here, get this match underway. As I mentioned, Joe apparently has an alibi, and that was that he said that many members of the security team saw Joe nowhere near the area where Ricochet was found, and that was about 10 minutes before Mustafa Ali found Ricochet. Now obviously it doesn't mean Samoa Joe's innocent, but it puts him in a situation where like you don't believe it's him. So the Raw General Manager has not punished Samoa Joe yet until he finds out who it is and whether or not Ricochet will make it to Wxtreme Rules. He earned the opportunity to take on Joe and AJ for that title, but Ciampa is out here. Man, it's such impressive on Raw so far. He's now in a big match against the WWE Champion. What a way for him to rise up the card even more. Let's get into this one. Well, here we go. AJ versus Ciampa. AJ with a huge right hand there. Now Ciampa with combinations of his own with a kick to the chest. Now just whipping AJ into the corner. Now AJ dodges the drop kick there. Tomasso Ciampa might have injured his back there. So AJ just unleashed some vicious chops. Now AJ would have done his research on Tomasso Ciampa, as obviously a former NXT champion, who has looked a very big threat home under that Raw, winning matches in recent weeks, and a huge big boot there after the German suplex. Gotta see if he picks up a victory here tonight. It'll be a huge statement heading towards Wxtreme Rules at our next pay-per-view. Maybe Tomasso Ciampa could have earned himself a title shot here tonight with a good performance, and maybe even a victory, as our Ciampa looks for that combination with the knees. Follows up with a ground and pound here. And Ciampa's control of the WWE Champion right now, and Ciampa out looking for something but AJ. Back elbow. And AJ brings him with a chop block. Smart move by AJ Styles there. Obviously Ciampa's won a knee brace in the past. Now Ciampa, net breaker delivered by the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ also won this title against Drew McIntyre in a ladder match at Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and then defended it against not Ricochet, sorry. Would be defending against Ricochet if it wasn't for that attack, but he defended it against Chris Jericho at Backlash pay-per-view. We haven't seen Jericho since, but Jericho is a Raw superstar. He must just be recovering from that match. And now Ricochet, not Ricochet, I got Ricochet on my mind due to that attack. AJ there with a cross body, and now looking for him to go after two kicks for Tomasso Ciampa. Now fires back with a DDT after a couple of hits, and now into a pinfall rope break. I'm not too sure about that one, but I think it would have got the job done anyway. Ciampa now. What's he looking for here? Ciampa with a huge knee right to the face of AJ Styles. He dropped him in the air and he landed right on the knee. He swung into the face and another knee. AJ wants to be careful in this match. He can't suffer too much damage at the hands of Tomasso Ciampa before Wxtreme Rules. Not only is he going to be taking on Samoa Joe, it seems like, but if he doesn't go to that match as close to 100% as possible, Samoa Joe will have the upper hand, not being in action here tonight, getting a rest after last week. Now it's Ciampa now, what's he thinking? Ciampa looking for ear raid crash. Ciampa's looking impressive here. And now another knee drops AJ Styles. But AJ now gets up and drives the arm of Tomasso Ciampa into the ring. Now drops the knee across the face. Ciampa now in trouble here. AJ back suplex, dropping him across the back of his neck. AJ now a couple of strikes, wearing down Tomasso Ciampa. Now he's putting Ciampa to the top rope. What has AJ got in mind here? AJ possibly thinking an arm drag from the top rope, but Ciampa a punch to the ribs and then a headbutt, and now Ciampa middle rope drops a knee across the face of AJ Styles. Ciampa could end things here. I think that's what he's saying. But Ciampa does not want to. Ciampa doesn't want to get a victory that could be questioned. A little bit of fluke. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want people saying, oh, you got lucky against AJ if he wins it tonight. He wants people saying, oh, you beat AJ Styles fair and square. As now he looks for another ear raid crash. Ciampa could be thinking about the beginning and the end here. Ciampa now looking to drive AJ face first into the of a psycho cut into the pin. Is that going to be it for AJ Styles? No, it is not. 2.5 count. And AJ is still in this one. But Ciampa now returns to the ground and pound here. Not too happy that AJ kicked out of the psycho cutter. But you have to do a lot more than that, Ciampa, to beat the Phenomenal One. That is why he's a WWE champion. Tomasso Ciampa dropping him hit there for discus clothesline. And Ciampa to the top. When was Ciampa thinking a knee drop, and Ciampa landed hard on the knees. Ciampa just landed hard. Now AJ thinking Ushigoroshi, but Ciampa out of it. Ciampa thinking knees, but AJ kicked to the face. Now Ciampa's in trouble here. AJ looking for a submission. AJ grabs the face, but a rope break. Ciampa just reached out in time. That was smart by Ciampa there. AJ now, was AJ thinking cross face. Locked in, middle of the ring. Nowhere for Ciampa to go. Is this going to be it? Is Ciampa going to tap? Ciampa rolls AJ out of it. Ciampa kicked to the gut, and now Ciampa looking for a guillotine. Is this going to be enough to make AJ Styles fade here? AJ just got enough strength here to hoist him up, and now looking to grab Ciampa there, but enough room gathered there by Ciampa for AJ not to be able to do so. But I say Ciampa's looking impressive here against a WWE champion. One mistake there by Ciampa allowed AJ to get a block in. Now AJ again following up with some brilliant combination strikes as he hits a Pele kick there. Now AJ looking to just plant Ciampa middle of the ring, and now AJ I think a springboard 450. Now Styles thinking car crusher after the damage just received to the knee. This match, this could be over here. This could be over right here, right now. It's a massive Ciampa. AJ's got it locked in tight now. AJ's got it locked in tight. Can Ciampa get out? Ciampa with a shot to the back. And now Ciampa possibly thinking fairy tale ending, where AJ blocks. AJ blocks a forearm. A clothesline there, sorry, takes out Tomasso Ciampa, and AJ thinking phenomenal forearm. This could be it. This could be the end of the match right here. If AJ hits this, AJ looking to hit a phenomenal forearm, but Styles unable to connect with it. Ciampa out of the way, and Ciampa hits a knee strike. Ciampa, if Ciampa gets this, it could be over. Ciampa connects with a knee into the pinfall. Is that it? Ciampa 1, 2, but AJ 2 3/4. I don't think Ciampa can quite believe what just happened. He thought he had the WWE champion beat. That's one of the closest pinfalls I've seen. And Ross Ciampa now comes off the ropes looking for a huge strike, but AJ blocks. AJ now looking for the phenomenal blitz. Spinning back fist and out. A clothesline. Taking down Ciampa. Styles now looking for a brainbuster. Now just looking to kick Ciampa in the face, and it's busted open Ciampa. Ciampa will not be too happy about that. Gotta imagine right now Ciampa, despite not being able to get any moves in here, he's got to be furious that it's been busted open. So it's well placed strikes to the face, and Ciampa now drop kick after dodging a punch. Takes down AJ Styles. AJ now, what's Ciampa thinking? Ciampa driving and face first into the mat again. Ciampa clearly has a game plan here. Ciampa now. Ciampa. AJ caught him. AJ able to somehow turn it around into a DDT. I think both men are exhausted now. Both men have thrown absolutely everything they've got. Styles goes after the arm now. Styles hoists him up. It's for a knee to the back of the neck. Styles thinking about ending this one here. If he cancels, does it could be over. Styles. Phenomenal forearm to Ciampa. Styles wants to make sure of it. Styles wants to make sure Tomasso Ciampa is done here. Styles clash. 1, 2, 3. And Styles is victorious, heading to Wxtreme Rules. But Ciampa made AJ work for that victory. Ciampa's putting a good work, not putting good work for in the minds of everyone in that crowd and everyone watching. Gotta say, Ciampa might deserve an IC title shot down the line. Maybe that's the level Ciampa's at right now. We'll see in the coming weeks if Ciampa can earn himself that opportunity. But a loss here to AJ Styles is his first loss on Monday Night Raw, and AJ's victorious heading towards Wxtreme Rules, and we'll see you then. AJ can just celebrating his win over Tomasso Ciampa. Samoa Joe has made his way into the ring. I'm not sure where Joe just came from. I think he joined the barricade, and now Joe unleashed an attack on AJ Styles. Joe don't know this. Joe looking for a muscle buster, and he connects with it. Is this a sight we're going to see at Wxtreme Rules? Samoa Joe standing over AJ Styles victorious. I suspect we'll see him on SmackDown before Wxtreme Rules pay-per-view.